Devaradis Tumka Chelsea fans. How are you doing today? I have been having a pretty good day. Like I said, I am a full-time employee and today happens to be the day where I drive down from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. So most of your time is basically consumed driving. I'm kind of just passionate about talking Chelsea Football Club, talking about football. I somehow want to make time and talk to you, fan to fan, a person who loves football, who always talks about football. I feel pretty disappointed today because Portugal lost. Being a Goan, we have a lot of support for the Portugal national team, for Cristiano Ronaldo. Even during our local games, we kind of wear the Portugal jersey and go and watch the football games. That much of love. Hello, this is Derek here. Welcome to Blue Nation TV again. Oh yes, coming back to the World Cup elimination, I am sad because of Cristiano Ronaldo. One thing what I've learned from Cristiano Ronaldo is you might not get blessings always. But when you do work hard, every blessing is poured upon you. And Cristiano Ronaldo is just a perfect example for that. Messi is God blessed, but Cristiano works hard and God reaches out to him with various different blessings. He has built a brand around him with pure hard work and dedication. If I'm doing this channel, if I'm talking to you Chelsea fans, I see someone like Cristiano Ronaldo putting in a lot of effort day in, day out, recoveries. He's always there, 41 years of age, still playing to the highest of levels, top goal scorer, top dedication. You cannot rule out the fact that he is someone a lot of generations are going to look up to. And there will be a few who will be left out, who wouldn't know Cristiano Ronaldo. This could be his last World Cup playing in Portugal colours. I know he's going to play a few more games with Portugal, but I'm not sure if World Cup is going to be one of those in the next 4 years' time. I wish they could get him in as a substitute so that, we could hear something about Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm from India and cricket is a very popular sport there. India didn't win a World Cup for a very long time. It was only under Kapil Dev era when we won a World Cup. And there was a little master, what we call Sachin Tendulkar. He had never won a World Cup himself, being so many years in the cricketing field. And that was his last World Cup which he wanted to represent. Guess what happened? The Indian cricket team actually played for him and made sure that he wins the World Cup. The Indian team made sure that they lift the World Cup trophy for Sachin Tendulkar. Why am I talking to you about this situation? I see a similar situation with Cristiano Ronaldo. This Portuguese team is one of the best in the world, with best of midfielders, the best of defensive shape in Nuno Mendes, best of attacking play, but they were toothless. You can clearly see that in the dressing room there is an issue they are having with Cristiano Ronaldo's image. Mind you, when a player is playing his last World Cup, you need to give it all so that at least that guy who has put in so many years of hard work is rewarded. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo lacks the pace for now, but in his prime, Cristiano Ronaldo was a different beast. No support at all for Cristiano Ronaldo. But if you see the Argentinian national team, they knew Messi is in his last years of playing football or representing the country last. They want to win something for that guy. The players put in immense of work to value Lionel Messi, but not with the Portugal team. They do not see Cristiano Ronaldo as a person who's actually highlighted their sports. He's made the Portugal so proud, representing, carrying their flag everywhere. That is what surprises me when it comes to Portugal national team. Portugal is eliminated and they are out. So yes, please wait till the end of this video so we can do the predictions for the upcoming games and have fun. Chelsea transfer news. Tyrique George has completed a permanent transfer to Premier League club Everton. Having joined Chelsea as an under-8, Tyrique was developed through a youth system at Cobham and departs having won 2 trophies and made 37 appearances for the first team. In January, Tyrique joined Everton on loan and that switch has now been made permanent. We thank you, Ty, for his efforts throughout his time at Chelsea and wish him every success as he begins a new chapter of his career. Good for Tyrique George. He wasn't really having his foot at the senior team at Chelsea. So it's a good move for him. I think there are certain players who were content with what they've achieved, and Tyrique George was one of them. He felt too comfortable, didn't want to go the extra mile to achieve something. And this is what I see with most of the players right now, that they are too content with achieving little. You need to be different to actually be great. And how many players are we actually seeing right now? None. We do not produce any more stars. Maybe in the Spanish league where Real Madrid takes all the cream. But what about the Premier League? There are so little talents that actually go on to become greats. Yeah, Tyrique George has moved to Everton. A few days back, I was talking about Morten Human. This was a player at Sporting CP. I come to know that Atletico Madrid are closing in on a transfer for him. What a good investment, I'll tell you, at Atletico Madrid. You found the right person for you. If I were Chelsea, I would take him. He would be cheap, good stats. Very good player who could come in to Chelsea fold, act as a backup in the midfield. If we were not getting Xhaka, this guy would have been the perfect for us. But I don't think so. Chelsea are interested in this. There's a news from BlueCo Extra. Valentin Barco is expected to join from Strasbourg, although Chelsea have yet to confirm the 21-year-old's arrival. Valentino Barco is good, right? From Argentina, a very good player. I hope he gets enough game time here to prove himself, because it so happens now Chelsea gives a little bit of opportunities and they are ready to be sold. We have another news of Andre Santos, who could be sold. I mean, the BlueCo's whole strategy is about recycling players, making money. I've got a list of players what BlueCo have sold from Cobham Academy. These are the names: Mason Mount 55 million, Conor Gallagher 34 million, Ian Matson 35 million, Lewis Hall 28 million, Tyrique George up to 24 million, Omari Hutchison 22 million, Armando Broa 20 million, Loftus-Cheek 15 million, Bashir Humphreys 14 million, Billy Gilmore 9 million, Samuel Smith 6.5 million, Hudson-Odoi 5 million, Michael Golding 5 million, Jimmy J. Morgan 4 million. That's roughly about 260 to 70 million pounds. That's a lot of money. Where are you using this money? In buying players who are of substandard. Chelsea buys in a lot of overhyped players who come and do nothing. And then after a year, they are put in the market to be sold, and we need to find new players. What is Joe Shields doing? What's the BlueCo hierarchy doing here? We have how many sporting directors? 4. And we end up with substandard players after having 4 sporting directors. And then we try and blame Enzo Fernandez for trying to move out of Chelsea. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having to move out from Chelsea? What's the motivation here to remain at Chelsea for a player of a caliber like Enzo Fernandez or Moica Caicedo or any top player, even Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer? There is no motivation to remain at Chelsea. And for what? Just to add a price tag and sell you after a few years? Not even a year. It's like an FD where your term matures. They're short-term FDs, yeah? Fixed deposits, where you are bought in made to play. If you're good, you're put in the market. You're ready to be sold. There is a term going on with BlueCo, untouchables. There's nothing untouchables under BlueCo if there is money. At BlueCo, it's everything about money. Yes, if I'm an employee of a company like what I am now, at most the company gives us 1 year to be productive in what we do, or else they show me the door. Now, how many years is BlueCo in with us? 4 years and still no progress? You expect players to remain committed to you for achieving nothing? I'm sorry about my ranting, but someone had to speak about it. And I know many people do speak about it, and none of them is heard, but this is a reality. Let's highlight that. We cry over Enzo Fernandez trying to leave. We cry over the fact his agent is putting out a statement. Yes, why not? Every agent would want his player to be doing well. Why not? Why are we crying? For the fact I was mad too. Then I realized, why is he wrong in trying to pursue a move elsewhere? There's nothing wrong, because Chelsea is not giving him anything. The directors, the footballing directors, can't even recruit good players what Xabi Alonso requires. There's so much with BlueCo. I don't know when they are going to be in track to win something. Chelsea fans, supporters, old, young, and the upcoming, I just want to ask you a question today. What kind of fan are you? Are you a fan like me who watches all the Chelsea games, never misses out, always hopes the best for the club, always hopes that times are going to get better, never wears a jersey of Chelsea Football Club, but always is passionate about reading what's happening in Chelsea front? You might be someone in India, UK, or any part of the world where you go and say, what's happening with Chelsea? Let me open my phone. The first thing in the morning is, what's happening with Chelsea? You might not even own a jersey of Chelsea, not a single merchandise of Chelsea Football Club, but your heart is always blue. Are you like that kind of a fan? I just want to ask you a question, because I am that kind of a person who don't own anything about Chelsea Football Club, but I love Chelsea. I don't have to wear something or show something that I'm a Chelsea fan, but I know in and out I'm a complete Chelsea fan. And I also am making a promise to myself that I'm not going to buy any Chelsea merchandise till BlueCo wins something. Win something meaning I am talking about a Premier League or a Champions League. That's the benchmark. I'm going to go and buy the most expensive merchandise there is in the market from the Chelsea stores. Till then, I'm going to make a promise, no merchandise. I'm not going to buy anything. That's my promise. And if you're a fan like me, who is there hiding, who is sitting in his bed and watching every possible game, shout out to you. Give a shout out back to me. Let's connect. Yes. Oh, that's a lot of renting for a club. Yeah, man. BlueCo, madness. Oh yes, with the World Cup predictions. Yesterday for the game, I thought Portugal are going to get lucky. I predicted a score of Portugal 2 and Spain 1. I know deep down that Portugal had a little bit of chance against the Spanish team. Anyways, it's not like Spain played a great game yesterday. No, they didn't. They just won by a goal. So I predicted a score lineup of Portugal 2, Spain 1. Final scores were Portugal 0, Spain 1. I had enough to talk about the Portugal team during the start of this video. I hope the Portugal team goes back, looks at themselves and say, are we individual players or are we players that can represent a country and millions of people supporting them? You really need to think hard if you're the one who played at this World Cup, realizing how shambolic the performances were having the best of players in your team. Let's move on. There was a game yesterday, I didn't really discuss about it. It's crazy that the World Cup is happening in the United States and I haven't spoken about them yesterday in my video. So I predicted a score of United States 1, Belgium 2, and United States were thrashed by Belgium yesterday. The score was United States 1, Belgium 4. I read a tweet this morning about Belgium putting up something. I'll put it in the video. It says about overturn this. It was for the red card, yeah. Man, United States. It was fun for them. I'm sad for Pochettino. That's the only thing I can say. Let's move on next. So we are gonna have a game of Switzerland and Colombia tonight. I predicted a scoreline. My guesswork for this is Switzerland 2, Colombia 1. I keep my predictions on the lower side, so that's why Switzerland 2, Colombia 1. Switzerland is going to win this. For Colombia, if they could pull up this win, could be a big surprise there. And there is another encounter tonight. That's the first game, Argentina versus Egypt. What did you pick? So I predicted a score of Argentina 2, Egypt 0. Egypt have been getting a lot of goals for this World Cup, and Argentina at times looked a team that they could get a goal or two themselves. So I predicted a score of Argentina 2 and Egypt 0. So unless Egypt pulls the biggest surprises of this World Cup. But yeah, my guess is Messi is going to be there again. The issue with Argentina is this World Cup is about Messi. In all the games, Messi is the one who actually took them forward. There's no other player stepping around, no Enzo Fernandez or none of the players stepping around to actually score, and that's quite surprising for a team like Argentina. Unlike France, they have multiple goal scorers there. Even England have multiple goal scorers. So I'm just concerned about this, but Argentina is going to go through. Let's wind up this episode. I'm sorry about the ranting for BlueCo, but it had to be done. Thank you so much again. Keep watching. Subscribe, share, tell your friends about Blue Nation TV. Deu bore koru, mogasu. Ciao.